Hello, everyone. Today we have a very cool and unique item to look at. It's a dino-riders display material box. It's completely sealed, originally from the factory, would have been around 1987. I actually just acquired it from a seller. Somebody contacted me, and I'll get into the background on that in a minute. Um, but it looks to be some large display of some sort and six shelf strips. So these would have been in, Toys R Us or KB Toy Store or whatever your local toy shop would have been back in 1987, 1988. So very cool and unique. We're going to open it today. It's sealed. I know that's kind of, maybe blasphemous for toy collectors, but being such a Dino Riders fan, I think we need to open this bad boy and see actually what's in it because I don't really know 100% what's in it. I've never seen the shelf strips. I mean, maybe as a kid I've seen them, but wouldn't have paid attention to them in the toy store. And I don't really know what sign it is. I have seen some Dino Riders signs before, original retail signs. And I think I have a good idea of what it actually is, and I'm hoping it's that, or maybe not, but we'll see. I'll also get into that. In terms of sort of the background on how I got this, so somebody contacted me through the website a few weeks ago and said, I'm a consignment seller. A friend of mine used to own a toy store back in the late 80s, early 90s, had a bunch of things in his attic and, mostly Star Wars toys, and came across this Dino Riders box that was never opened, and he really didn't know much about Dino Riders, so he kind of contacted me and was wondering whether I could enlighten him on what the contents would be. So we had some back and forth, and I gave him some ideas. Um, Ultimately we couldn't really figure out 100% what it is, but naturally I needed to get this in my hands, so I bought it from him after negotiating a deal, and so now we're going to see actually what it is. Now, in terms of what I think it is, so just all the research that I've done, obviously it speaks for itself in terms of the contents, right? It says one header card, six shelf strips. There's an item number 7990, Tyco Industries, New Jersey. There's actually a white label on the box that's it's being sent directly to that, presumably the old toy shop owner. But other than that, there's no indication anywhere on the box or anywhere else of what the material actually looks like. And this this item number 7990 corresponds to a 1988 price list that Tyco released. So basically, if you were Toys R Us or another toy shop owner, you get these Tyco price lists. They list all the different toys you could buy. Dino Riders has a whole section. There'd be RC cars, super blocks, whatever it is, and there's item numbers and prices. One of the line items, if you look at it here on the screen, it's 7990 Dino Rider sales materials, Dino Rider header card, and six shelf strips. So that lines up 100% with the box. Um, so that's great. It verifies the authenticity, but it doesn't tell us anything about the actual contents. Um, in terms of what I think it could be, there are catalogs late, I believe it's 1987 or 88 catalog that shows sort of a mock-up, if you will, of what these point of purchase materials would be. So we're showing that on the screen now. It says header cards, shelf strips, and end caps. So there are some pictures of this, but I have no idea if this is the actual signage. Um, it looks to me like an artist mock-up as opposed to a photograph of an actual sign or actual display. Because even in this picture, you see three boxes in the middle. Those are mock-ups. Like those are not even the actual toys. So that leads me to believe that, the shelf strip may be an idea of what it looks like, or even that sign of with the T-Rex and Diplodocus and the Dino Riders big logo in the middle. Um, that it looks like a cool sign. If that's what it's actually in this box, that would be great. And I've never seen one in the wild, so to speak. So that would be awesome. But I don't think that this is that sign. Um, what I do think it is, and I'm kind of hoping, half hoping that it is because I want it and I've never had it before and I've been trying to get it. There's this big T-Rex display. It's basically the same box art that's on the T-Rex box, the actual toy, but it's three-dimensional in that you have the T-Rex and some of the other dinosaurs carved out. They're cut out and they're um, basically pasted into the background, but everything's 3D with the logo. I've seen a few of these over the years. I remember it had to have been 15 years ago at least. There was a sign like this. It sold for like $125 US, which at the time I thought was a lot of money. And and now I wish I acted on it because I can tell you that I paid a lot more than 120 for what we're going to open today. But be that as it may, and I've seen other collectors with this particular sign. Very cool piece. So maybe it's that, maybe it isn't. If it's something else, that's cool too because it means I've never seen it before. There are other T-Rex displays or Dino Riders displays out there that I've seen. I have these cataloged on the website. But I don't think it's that. One of them is a German one, which I've never really seen in the wild. It's just in a catalog of, a different catalog. I don't think it's that. There is another T-Rex display that looks like it's the same art from the first series battle scene. Um, but I don't think it's that based on the size of this. This box is about, I'd say, 37 inches by 25 inches. So it's roughly 3 feet by 2 feet. Pretty big box. So I think it's that T-Rex display, but I really don't know, and we're gonna find out. So that's sort of that's all the background. That's what it is. Um, Now, without further ado, I say we open this. All right, so here we are. This is the moment of truth. We will be opening the Dino Riders original display material. It's still sealed. Um, Big box, as you can see. So it's sealed on 3 sides. And it looks like it will open horizontally. So let's do the dirty deed, shall we? You see the dollars flying off this thing, right? All right, here we go. All right, this is over 30 years in the making, never before opened. Better not be empty. Oh yes, look at this. All right, let's see what we have. We have Tyco Industries envelope that's sealed, okay. And I think I know what it is. As I suspected. Wow, look at this. This is awesome. The T-Rex display, as I originally thought. Wow, this thing is unbelievable. Wow, I never really appreciated how big this was. Very cool. That's awesome. There's some more stuff here. Looks like some kind of adhesive, and then also a diagram. Tells you how to mount it on the wall. Yeah, some mounting instructions. This is so cool. We gotta get a box for this. This is definitely gonna be displayed somewhere. And I see the shelf strips. So cool. Alright, very cool. Alright, so this is, you can see the adhesive, so old, it's coming off. I guess this would be the shelf liners. There's should be 6 of them. They all look to be the same. Very, very cool. I wonder what's in here. That's the next thing we have to open. But this is amazing. It really is cool. It looks to be in great shape. Yeah, I mean the colors are great. Everything is vibrant. Everything looks cool. Doesn't look too banged up for despite its age. Very, very, very big. About 3 feet by 2 feet, I'd say, and maybe 3 inches thick. Very cool. That will go on the wall somewhere if I could find the space. All right, so there it is in all of its 3-dimensional glory. It's very big. It's like I said, 3 feet by 2 feet. It's actually more 3-dimensional than I thought it was based on the pictures. I always thought the actual T-Rex itself was all one piece with the head and the legs. But if you look at it, it's actually the head stands further to the camera than the body. The same thing with the legs. So it's definitely has a depth to it. Like I said, maybe 3 inches, 2.5 inches, something like that. Very cool piece, nice and bright, vibrant. Obviously, it's been in the box for over 30 years, so it's been out of the sunlight, so it still looks good. It's not perfect, but I think it's about as close as you're gonna get. So definitely want to put this in some kind of shadow box. I know there's another collector out there who has the same sign. He has it in a shadow box. It looks crazy, looks awesome. So I'll probably be doing the same thing. The only thing is finding some real estate to put this sign somewhere. And no, I will not sell it, so don't even ask. And then I also have the shelf liners out. Pretty cool. They're actually made of plastic, so they're a little more durable. Nice and vibrant. Each one has 2 of the dino-riders logos on it. Pretty cool. Not sure what I'll do with those. I'll figure out a good way to display those. Overall, very, very happy with it. Kind of thought this was going to be it, but wasn't sure. Finally got one now, so I'm happy. All right, so the next thing I want to open was this envelope that came with the sign. It says Tycho Industries. It is sealed, so I definitely want to open that. Not really sure what's in here. This, as we saw before, are the instructions for assembling it and putting it on the wall. So I don't know if this is anything to do with the sign or just some other advertising material, but we're going to find out. Very cool. Looks like advertising. So here's an invoice. It's an invoice to the actual owner. I'll not show that, but that was the original toy owner who I bought it from. And here's some advertising material. Oh wow, this is really cool. Original art. So this is gold right here. This is gold. So these are drawings that you would see in toy catalogs or any kind of advertisements where it's the actual drawing of the toys and not not a picture.
So these would be good for newspapers that are in black and white, because obviously if you put a picture, it may not look as clear. So this is the artwork that Tyco would have sent out to the different toy companies out there for their advertisements. So you see some of their super blocks, a couple pages of that. You have more super blocks, stompers, four-wheel drive toys, the RC cars, Super Dough. This would have predated the dino-riders set because that came out later, so there's no dino-riders there. But here you go. Look at this. I've seen these before in newspapers. These ads. So this is black and white advertisements for dino-riders. So this would be, you know, the videotape. It looks like you have the figures. It looks like you have some of the smaller sets. Really cool. I'm glad I got this. I did not know that this was going to be in here. Very cool. There you have it.